Hello and welcome back to another episode of E-Reading. My name is Elvin and today I will be reading Up the Creek by Nicolas Oldland. I see three friends here on the cover. They're going up the creek, I guess, in a canoe. Let's find out what happens. Up the Creek by Nicolas Oldland. There once was a bear, a moose, and a beaver who were the best of friends, though they often disagreed. One sunny day, the bear, the moose, and the beaver decided to go canoeing. The moose wanted to steer, but so did the bear and the beaver. They all sat in the stern. With so much weight in the back of the canoe, it tipped, and they ended up in the water. So they played eeny, meeny, miny, moe, and it was decided that the moose would steer. They all settled back into the canoe and began to paddle. And there the beaver is counting. Got your tiger by the toe, if he hollers, let him go, eeny, meeny, miny, moe. The bear insisted on paddling port side, but the beaver and the moose also preferred the left side. With everyone paddling on the same side, they traveled in circles. Soon their arms grew tired, so they began to switch sides. That's when they finally started to travel in a straight line. But just as they were beginning to make progress, they came to a stop at a beaver dam. They all had different ideas as to how to get across. The beaver wanted to push the canoe, but that didn't work. The moose thought they should pull the canoe. That didn't work either. Fortunately, the bear figured it out. The only way across was to portage. That's when you carry your canoe. Back in the water, the bear, the moose, and the beaver settled into a rhythm and started to really enjoy paddling along the river. But it wasn't long before they began to argue. They argued so loudly that they didn't even notice the current growing stronger or the quiet rumbling in the distance. Moose is saying, "Stop splashing." Bear is saying, "Keep paddling." Beaver is saying, "I'm hungry," and I think he's about to eat the oar. What is the quiet rumbling? Oh, until it was too late. The river had turned into wild white water rapids. Thrown sideways, underwater, through the air, and everywhere, the bear, the moose, and the beaver held on for their lives. I love that they're surfing there while the bear is upside down. Exhausted, bruised, and wet, the three friends landed on a rock in the middle of the rapids. The moose wanted to burn the canoe to make a signal fire. The bear wanted to throw the beaver to shore to get help. The beaver figured swimming to shore would be safer. They argued over whose plan was best well into the night. The next morning it dawned on the bear, the moose, and the beaver that they would have to work together to make it home safely. So they climbed back into their battered canoe, took a deep breath, and ran the rapids. They twisted, leaped, crashed, and blasted through the water. The rapids were fierce, but with Bear's powerful strokes, the moose's steady hoof, and the beaver's clever commands, they set a true, clear course. At last, the bear, the moose, and the beaver made it to shore. After a much-needed nap, the bear, the moose, and the beaver worked together to repair their canoe and paddles, catch some fish, and cook lunch. Before they tucked into their meal, they all gave thanks for the wildest adventure they had ever had. The bear's eating some fish, the beaver's eating a branch, and the moose is eating some grass. Rested and relaxed, the bear, the moose, and the beaver were ready to set out for home. After taking a long look at the raging rapids, they decided to walk. And who could disagree with that? Oh, look, they have a fourth little friend. The bird that was always with them has a tiny little oar. The end. And there's the bird. Well, I hope you enjoyed Up the Creek and the adventures of these three friends, I guess four friends, when we look at the bird. And I noticed that I hope you noticed as well that the bird was right there in the beginning, and he was always there. And even at the end, I guess he had a paddle too, and he was helping travel up the creek and back. Good story, nice simple story about three friends who sometimes argue and work together and have really fun adventures together. Let me know if you like this book, and if there's any other books you want me to read, also let me know. Until next episode, be gentle and kind to one another. Bye now.